Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a couple weeks since I posted anything. I've been pretty busy. Got a lot of things going on, sorry. Life's crazy right now. Got a lot of things going on with my kids and sports and everything. I got to take them to their events, still got to be doing my training. So, sorry that's got put on the back burner. But today, I'm gonna make this an easy one, and I'm gonna answer some of your questions that you've been asking me in the comments below. So, let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to answer your questions. All right, first question. Question is from Wall Street Revolution CK7up. So this question, how long did it take you to lose 75 pounds and what was your running routine like? There's also another part to this question, second part, how long did it take to be able to run a marathon? All right, so I'm going to answer that one first. It took me 12 months from the time I started running till the time I ran the marathon to run a marathon. The training session though for the marathon was actually 16 weeks long, but I was before that learning how to run, starting to run, building a base. It's pretty important to build the base leading up to a training block. So now let me get into that first question, which is now going to be my second answer. So how long did it take to lose the 75 pounds? Well, let's get on the road and we'll talk about it. All right, so we need to set our navigation. All right, and we're off. In order to lose that 75 pounds, when I hit the 75 pound mark, it took me 10 months from the time I started. I logged every day. I watched what I ate. I made sure that I was in a calorie deficit in order to achieve the weight loss. At first, it was very easy to do because it was all water weight basically. And I was never active before, so that was really easy to do. Towards the end, it was, I would say maybe I hit a few small plateaus where I wasn't losing anything, but it quickly caught up. One big game changer where I lost like 10 pounds and somehow never gained it back was when I got COVID last year. That was the first time I ever got COVID. So that was another portion of it. And then when I started doing the marathon training, I lost even more weight because I was running even more. I was definitely active, I will say. I was running, 50-ish miles. I think I maxed out at 58 miles before the marathon, three or 4 weeks before the marathon. So that really helped. All right, next question. Check. Ooh, look at there. Oh, mother again. I get everything ready. I'm coming up to a stoplight, and then the light turns green. The one time that I don't want the light to turn green, it turns green. But all the other times, it just stays red, or it turns red as soon as I pull up to it. All right, maybe the next time when I stop. All right, well, we got stopped because I went to the wrong place. Now I'm 36 minutes away from where I need to be after just driving 45 minutes to where I am at. All right, so get on with the next question. From, I'm gonna butcher the shit out of this, but it's Pazy2924 asked, I ran a half marathon in 2023 and I trained for like 3 to 4 months to run a 2:42 half marathon. How did you run a full marathon? Did you have prior experience to running? I know you said you lost 75 pounds. So let's get into that. It kind of goes back to the first question that I just answered. You got to build a base. But let's get going here. How I was able to run the marathon was because I did have a very good base, so I could run that distance. Believe me, because that distance scared the shit out of me. That's a pretty far distance. That's why I told myself I would never run a marathon, because I had no desire to run a marathon. It just wasn't anything I wanted to do. Half marathon was about where I wanted to go. 13.1 miles was enough to scare me to at least try it. And for some reason, before I'd ever run a half marathon, I signed up for a full marathon. But I did have a good base going into the marathon prep. Before I ever started that block, I had been running for 7 months, I believe. Yeah, 7 months. And then I started the training. And before that was just, honestly, just running. Like, there was no block, there was no like, oh, let's do workouts, let's do anything. It's just straight running, just trying to get my aerobic base up so that way I can last longer at a distance. I mean, before I couldn't even connect a whole mile together in one go around. I had to stop and start and stop and start before that. So that's where I started at the beginning of the year. I gotta make this turn. So with that, that's how I was able to run the full marathon, and I just trained. I just trained for the whole time. I didn't stop. I stayed consistent with my training, and I never quit. I only took, in that aerobic base building period for the first 7 months, I had maybe 2 weeks off because I had hurt my tendon in my foot. It was extremely sore, swelled up, and I wasn't able to run for 2 weeks until I found a miracle cream, which was Voltaren. It's a NSAID, however you want to say it. And that actually helped the swelling go down, and I was able to actually walk and wear shoes because shoes were very uncomfortable at this time when I had that injury. Other than that, I kind of figured out, in order to go fast, you need to go slow. And that's really all it took to just not injure myself. I would do one speed session a week and then a long run, and then the rest of my runs were easy runs. They were at an easy pace, jog basically, to build that aerobic base. So I'm constantly building that aerobic base or trying to maintain that aerobic base. That is the biggest thing on running a distance, I believe. I've never had any coaching. I've never had anybody tell me this. Try not to read too much into the science, but this is just from personal experience. So take it for what it's worth. So I hope that answers your question on how I was able to run a marathon. If not, let me know down below and I'll gladly answer it and maybe dive into it a little bit more.
All right, it's day 2. I did not get to finish my questions and answers from yesterday, so I'm now at my bakery today, as you can see, and I'll finish the last question because it is really a 3-parter. So let's get into it. This question from Sherry Jav. Sorry if I mispronounced it. How did your zone 2 improve over time? Did you do a lactate threshold lab test to determine it? I had mine done, and my zone 2 is between 140 153 beats per minute. I use a Garmin Fenix 8 with a Heart Rate Monitor Pro Plus for accurate heart rate data. All right, so the way I improved my zone 2 was I was doing speed workouts once a week and a long run, and the rest of them were zone 2 runs, and I would do them for at least an hour long. That's how I improved my zone 2, how I got faster, how my heart rate got lower. My zone 2 is, let's see, it maxes out, I believe, at 139. So I think it's like 121 to 139 since I am 38 years old. So that's why mine's so low. So yours would depend on your age. Did I have a lactate threshold lab test? No, I did not. This is going off my Garmin. So I wasn't doing any extra science or anything like that. And I just kind of followed height, weight, age, and then it kind of has leveled out with my level of fitness. And also I use a Garmin Enduro 2. It's like the Fenix 8. It's very similar. I believe it just has better battery life and just different colors. All right, question number 2. Your first marathon time of 3:30 is seriously impressive. How did you build speed while staying in zone 2? I'm currently 100 kilograms. I don't know how much that is in pounds, but we'll figure that out. With 31% body fat, used to power lift, but after lockdown, 2 kids, and mostly staying indoors, I lost a lot of muscle and endurance. I've been running consistently for months, strictly in zone 2. But my conversational pace feels painfully slow. All right, so if you're only doing zone 2 workouts, it probably won't do anything for you. You need to get your heart rate up into the threshold range, and you need to be varying your workouts throughout the week. You can't just do the same thing over and over again. Now, the reason why I mostly do zone 2, I would say 70 to 80% like you're supposed to, and then I'll do a speed workout once a week. Now with this half marathon training, I'm doing it like twice a week, is to basically lessen my injuries, which has really helped. So with really pushing myself once a week and then taking it easy the rest of the time, I've seen a huge improvement in my zone 2 and in my VO2 max. Let's see, what else did you say here? How did I build speed? Yeah, it's the speed workouts. That's all I can say. It is the speed workouts. I would say do a test, figure out what your mile time is, and then download something like the BPN app that will help you do workouts. That way you can figure out what you need to do. I am not a track person at all. I didn't do track in high school. I didn't run. I actually hated to run. That's why this channel is called Josh Hates to Run, because originally I have always said that I hate to run. So do your speed workouts and you will improve your speed over time. It does take a little bit. Real quick. When you say your conversational pace is painfully slow, yeah, it is. It is very, very slow. You feel like you're getting nowhere. But as long as you're monitoring your heart rate and you're in zone 2, then you're doing it correctly. And if it is painfully slow, that's how you know you're doing it correctly. But I've always heard in many things, in order to go fast, you need to learn to go slow. And eventually that speed will pick up. You just have to be consistent and give it time. Now we're on to the third part of this question, or of your questions. Do you have any advice on balancing zone 2 with getting faster? I do tempo workout and threshold work and some intervals. I alternate each week, but I would love to hear how you approached it. I can only dream of 3:30 for my first marathon. So yeah, I do all of those workouts in the same week. Zone 2, tempo, threshold, all in the same week. So I'll run you through it real quick. So Monday would be a zone 2, Tuesday would be a zone 2. If I'm able to run, right now I'm not, usually I'm having to move it to Thursday, but Wednesday would be my workout. I would do some type of tempo threshold. Thursday would be another zone 2. And each one of these zone 2s are for at least an hour. Right now they're probably about an hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes. And I'm doing 8 miles on every one of those zone 2s. So I'm out there for quite a while and I'm not stopping. It's okay to stop though. It really is. It's just, I'm running in a neighborhood, so I don't have to stop. And then Friday would be usually another zone 2. Sometimes I'll get it up into a very low zone 3, so that way I can feel that speed. And then I would take Saturday, like today. Saturday, that's when I'm filming this. I'm off. I'm not having to run today. Tomorrow will be my long run. So on Sunday is a long run, and there are workouts during those long runs. You don't just always run an easy long run. You will maybe do like a 5-mile warm-up at easy pace, very low zone 3. Just take that 180 minus your age, and then I wouldn't go past that, or just hover right around there is probably what I would do. Then after that 5 miles, I would jump into some type of faster workout. I would try to get my pace down to somewhere, low threshold, upper zone 3. So it'd probably be, 7:30, 7:15 minute per mile for me. It's just what you're going to do. So you try to vary that. So try to do that for maybe 3 miles and then do a mile easy, and then 3 miles and then do a mile easy, and then do your easy recovery, your cool down at the end there, however many miles you want to do. But I am doing probably a minimum of 15 miles on my long runs right now. Everybody's long runs distance are different, so vary it. If you're doing 9, just do like 2 warm up, and then do 2 at a faster pace, and then do 1 at a at a slower pace, so that way you can recover. So it's really about varying that heart rate also within that workout. That's what I would do. Follow the BPN app, and it will tell you all of those. It's the only thing that really helped me. Other than that, I had no idea what to do in workouts, other than, just go out and run, because that's what I did for the first 7 months. I just went out and ran, and I was always in like a zone 3, and I wasn't getting any faster, and I didn't feel like I was getting in any better shape. My VO2 max was not improving until I started doing the workouts, and then I started doing zone 2. And then on my longer runs, when that app had me do workouts in those longer runs, that helped as well. So that way, at pace or at distance, you were able to do faster paces. Huge help. I'm telling you, the BPN app was a huge help, and it's free. It's 100% free. And no, I'm not sponsored by them, but it's just something I used. So thank you guys. Sorry it took so long to make my fourth video. I'm going to try to be more consistent. I'm just trying to come up with some things. I just don't have a whole lot of content right now to do because I haven't had any races, but I may have a race next weekend. It's weather depending because we're supposed to get some shitty snow and ice and freezing rain. So we'll see. And I would really like to do that race. It's just a 5K. And then there's another 5K the following month. So these races are going to start picking up here. So we'll see. So thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, follow along with this journey, and we'll see you next time.